Hello everyone and welcome back to Gran Turismo 7. Today we'll be getting into yet more bits and pieces from update 1.40. We'll be completing the last couple of menu books, or the last menu book and the last extra menu, which are both related to this thing, the Red Bull X2019, or in the case of the menu book, just the Red Bull X series in general. This X2019 is the 25th anniversary edition of the car, which weirdly doesn't count towards the menu book. We need the regular X2019 Competition, but they are literally identical in everything bar the name and the livery. But statistics are identical between the two cars, and even the game in the collection considers them the same car. But for some reason, the menu book does not. But anyway, what we are going to be doing today is the X2019 Nations Cup. We get a 6-star roulette ticket for this menu book, and we have races to do at Interlagos as well as Sardinia, and finally a Dragon Trail, the seaside layout there. And there are 2 additional ones at Trial Mountain and Autodromo Lago Maggiore, which are not part of the menu book. So we'll be doing all 5 of those races today, and yeah, this should be interesting. This car is pretty crazy fast. Driven it previously in one of the sport mode videos in the Nations Cup, so yeah, we'll see how it goes. That race was at Spa, so you know, some very different circuits here, and the first one we are going to be doing is Interlagos. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Thought I would check the weather, not knowing that it can't rain here, so yeah, that was a waste of 10 to 20 seconds, but regardless, yeah, this is going to be really interesting. I don't know how difficult this is going to be. These cars are a little bit tricky to drive, so yeah, we'll just basically have to see how it goes. But we get underway for racing here in Brazil, and only 12 cars on the grid for this one, as we try to get the run through the Center S out onto the Retro Straight, and we straight away move ourselves up into P11. I was about to say 19 then, but yeah, given that all the cars are going to be identical, it's actually one of those races where it was quite difficult to get the difficulty set right. You know, one setting was too high, and then the next one, you know, below that's too low. So yeah, it was one of those for a couple of these races, but we'll see how things pan out. Because these cars are a bit tricky to drive, they did kind of balance out the difficulty of you know, the AI a little bit, because I would just make plenty of my own mistakes, which would always keep things interesting. But anyway, we continue on down the inside, or trying to get down the inside, and we'll get the power down and a little bit of wheel spin. We get the move done on the French car there, and move ourselves up into 9th position. The British car now up ahead. We'll make the move to the outside, and there's the top 8. So yeah, an alright first lap to the race. Let's hope we can continue this. We go a bit deep. The British car might come back at us. We're a bit all over the place here, and yeah, British team get back through as we try and get the power down, get the run on the inside, and we'll move ourselves back ahead, back up into 8th position. Not for too long though, because we will make the move up into P7 in relatively short order, and then we've got P6 in sight with the Brazilian car just up the road. So let's see if we can close in. We're not close enough to do anything at the first corner, but maybe if we can get a good run through here, we'll get the move done along the Retro Straight, trying to set up a good exit here, and it sort of worked for us. We'll get a moment of slipstream, but we'll move to the left, get the move done, and move ourselves up into P6. We get a lot of understeering, run a bit deep into Bico de Pato there, and that's allowed the Brazilian car back through, so we drop in behind once again into P7. So yeah, that's what I was talking about, mistakes. They're very easy to make in these cars, so yeah, we'll see if we can try to minimize those throughout the rest of this race. We move ourselves back up into P6 once more, as we now have the French car in front of us. And yeah, we'll see if we can get a good run here onto the straight down the inside. And that's a job done a little bit deep, but I think we'll be able to hold on to this. And oh, heavy contact there with the back of the American entry. We'll try to keep it to the inside as we put the power down. These are all actually the names of the real Gran Turismo esports drivers, by the way. But anyway, around the outside of the American car, and we move ahead and up into the top four now, as we will make the move. Big lunge down the inside to get past the Netherlands car there. So good progress, and just 2 cars left in front of us. We have Italy and Germany still in front, and we'll make our way past an Australian team, strangely enough. I thought there might be, but no such luck. In fact, I don't think there's any oceanic teams at all, and maybe no African teams now that I think about it as well. So yeah, just you know, the Northern Hemisphere, I suppose, and South America too. But yeah, no representation of this little corner of the world. I guess there's me driving for Australia in the Gran Turismo 25th anniversary liveried car, but ouch, that was not ideal. And to be honest, I don't quite know why that happened, having recorded this a while ago. I'm sure I had some reason. I probably sneezed or something, I don't know. But anyway, we just about managed to maintain the lead with that weird little mistake there. And yeah, we can just push on now to the end. We're on the final lap of the race now though, so not too long to go. We just need to navigate this one safely. The right rear tyre is absolutely gone, so no wonder we are starting to struggle with traction. And there it is again, the car just snaps very suddenly there, so we have to be really careful of that throughout the rest of the lap. But we continue on, and we're able to get the job done without any further issue. And that is the victory for us here at Interlagos. Yeah, I thought this was going to be easy to begin with, the way we were passing everyone, but in the end we only took the win by a fairly small margin. So yeah, mistakes are going to count for a lot here. If we can minimize those, we'll make things a lot easier on ourselves. And you know, these cars are tricky to drive, so minimizing mistakes is not always the easiest thing to do. But anyway, we move on to the second race, and we are at Sardinia for this one. Probably one of the circuits I'm least familiar with in Gran Turismo, so this one did take me a couple of goes to get a good run at this circuit, but we'll see as we you know, get going. I can learn the track after I do a few laps, but it's not one that I just, you know straight away as soon as we come here. You know, it's one I have to sort of relearn each time. But anyway, as we continue to race on, we've already made a couple of spots, and actually a field of 20 in this race, so a much larger field of cars in this one than what we had in Brazil, so that's interesting. But anyway, we are a bit sideways there, and just cranking it sideways out of the exit, and another big sideways moment. So out of the low speed corner, this car can get very snappy, and yeah, caught us out twice in very quick succession there. So we'll have to be careful of that as we continue to race on, and we'll make the move in a straight line up into P7. So again, pretty rapid progress at the start of this race, but we're not going to be fooled by that, because you know, everyone else seems to I don't know if they speed up or if I slow down towards the end, or you know, it could be the tire compound differences and things like that, I don't know. But whatever the case is, you know, things certainly seem to equalize a lot towards the end of the Brazil race. But we'll see how things go here as we make the move down the inside. And can we be nice and easy on the power? That wasn't the same tricky corner, but there's a few spots around this circuit that you do need to really watch the power application in these cars. But anyway, another move down the inside. We'll fight for this one a little bit, and again getting a bit sideways on the exit, but much more controlled this time. We're up into 4th position, so yeah, things going pretty well for us. We just need to watch those mistakes into the wall there, and I think we might just get away with that one. But that's another spot we have to watch out for as we go full spin, and absolutely screaming the guts out of the engine to try and get this thing spun around and pointing in the right direction again. That's not going to be good for the rear tires either, but we needed to get this thing turned around as quickly as possible, and that was just the easiest way to do it. The old flick spin, and down the inside, can't quite get it done as we go a bit deep out into the barriers, and yeah, we've dropped now into P5, so not ideal as we go slightly deep there. That's probably one of the trickiest corners on the track in terms of you know, getting the line right and the braking into that corner, but through the final corner now, carrying a ton of speed through there, and we're up into P4. We continue on, and we should be able to maybe make our way up onto the podium, and in fact we can actually see the race leader just there, so we are really making good progress in this one. Still a long way to go, but the race leader is now in sight as we start to make our way through the opening sector of the lap in the slipstream, and we're just chipping away at the margin. We're gaining corner by corner, and now we've got a bit of a run on the exit. No way through there at the moment, but a bit of slipstream. Now we look to the inside. We can't make the move down the inside there though, so yeah, we just need to find that place where we can make the move. And we actually lost out a little bit on the exit there, but hopefully with some slipstream and straight line speed we can close in once more as we head into the next braking zone. They're thinking about going side by side. Not going to happen, although that has allowed us to catch up, and now we've got the run as we pull alongside. We'll get the move done up into 2nd position. We might just be able to take the lead here down the inside. Are we going a bit deep? We are, and we make contact with the outside wall, back down into 3rd position, but we are coming up to that flat out right hand corner that ends the lap, and we gained a ton of time through there before, so maybe we'll have the chance to do that again down the inside, and we do carry good speed through there, and that moves us up into P2, and we'll be able to take P1 just as easily, move ourselves up into 1st as we begin yet another lap of this race, lap number 7. So just around the halfway mark in this one, and things going well so far. At the end of that lap though, we're going to bring it into the pit lane because these tyres are not going to last to the end. We'll have to drop back and you know, have to do a lot of overtaking once again, but I think this is the right call to make, and yeah, we'll get these new tyres on, and we'll see how they go. But no fuel required, just tyres, and yeah, we'll come out of pits and see what's what. So back out onto the circuit, and we immediately go on the attack to try and recover from this. We're down to P12 after the pit stop. Not sure if the others will be making pit stops. I guess only time will tell on that one, as we start to try and fight our way through the field. Big dive down the inside, and try and take it nice and easy on the exit here. We keep it very smooth that time, and we've moved ourselves up into P9. As we continue on, we'll get another move done along the main straight. Not sure why our straight line speed is so good, if that's just from the exit speed of the previous corner, or if we do actually have a straight line speed advantage, which doesn't make sense. But anyway, we continue to push on. A whole cluster of cars all close together here down the inside, and we will be able to make a number of places here around the outside, and now as we're up into the top 5, P4 right in front of us. We can't quite get it done there, but we're close. We just need to get the run, and we might be able to do it here as we look around the outside, and we move ourselves up into P4 so far. So yeah, recovering from that pit stop, which no one else seems to be making at the moment. And oh, we tried to squeeze it into the inside. There wasn't quite a car's width, but we get through, move ourselves up into P3 now. So yeah, we are... Oh, that's a little bit of contact with the barrier, but nonetheless we'll carry on. But yeah, we're starting to get a little bit more honed in to the circuit as we are on the back of the race leaders now. Just 2 cars to go between us and the race lead. We will see if we can make the move down the inside. Not quite able to get through there, and we're dropping behind for a little bit longer, but it's only a matter of time before we get through. We get the run around the outside. We take 2nd position, just the leader in front of us now. Let's see if we can maybe go for the big dive down the inside. We're a bit too far back to be trying any of that nonsense, but on the exit we might be able to get a good run. It's okay, not great, but in the slipstream we might be able to do something as we go for the move now down the inside. Bit of contact, they're into the wall, we're a little bit wide, and that might give us the run as we head down the inside, and finally we might just be able to get this move done a bit deep, but we get it done nonetheless, and we move ourselves up into 1st place on the final lap of the race. That came up very suddenly, but around the final corner we come, and that is race victory here at Sardinia. Okay, that's the pause menu. That is race victory at Sardinia. Goodness me. That was a pretty tricky one. Just getting at the end there, I didn't actually realise we're on the final lap until then, but yeah, that is that. And the prize money for this race, by the way, 175,000. You get plenty of money for these, which is very cool, of course. But anyway, the 2nd race is ticked off the list. Let's move on to the 3rd. We head to Dragon Trail Seaside now, so let's see how this goes. It's a bit of a tricky circuit, especially for a car like this. You know, there's quite a few things we will need to watch out for. We'll talk about those when they come up, but mostly curb-related issues as we make a move straight away down the inside and nice and aggressive off the start. We're up into P11 of 20, so yet again another big field of cars here at Dragon Trail as we start to make our way through the first sort of sector and a half of the lap, and those 2 right-handers that we just went through, we got through there fine on that occasion, but they can be very, very tricky in this car, so we'll watch out for those later on. But anyway, we make the move down the inside, big lunge on the French car, and we get through nicely there, and on the exit, oh, into the wall, and we may have had a bit of a helping hand there, but either way, that was not good, and yeah, that has put us down once again. So we'll see if we can get the run, keep it tight on the inside to try and get a nice slingshot through here and get ahead of the Canadian car that moves us up into 9th position yet again. So not too much time lost, but we don't want to be doing that all too often as we go a little bit wide on the exit, but nonetheless we'll carry on, and as we continue on, it takes us a bit to catch up to the field, but we managed to catch a whole bunch of cars at once, and if we can get all these overtakes done, that will vault us right towards the front. So nice traction on the exit there. That moves us up into P5 with a whole bunch of overtakes there, and there are still more to come. Can we maybe go for a move here? They're positioned a little bit awkwardly as we slam into the back of the preceding car there, but nonetheless we're able to get through. Just 2 cars in front of us immediately, and if we can get past them, we'll be up into 2nd place. So we are absolutely flying along here as we exit the right-hander a little bit wide, but starting to get the hang of this track now, and yeah, we are absolutely zooming. We might be able to get a run here as we sit in the slipstream a bit wide, though off into the gravel trap, and that's cost us a whole bunch of time. We drop down into P5 once more, and it takes us until after the chicane to catch up again. We'll see if we can go down the inside into the final corner. We were very much pinched on the inside, but that's turned into a triple overtake there, kind of accidentally, but nonetheless we were able to get that done. And now it is Miyazono-san on his own out in front, but we're going to see if we can join that party as we have a look for the move down the inside, and we'll get that done. And in just over 3 laps, including a spin, we've been able to go from last to well, not last, mid-pack to first. So yeah, this race has gone amazingly for us so far, despite the couple of little moments we've had. Yeah, I thought Dragon Trail was going to be a tricky one, but apparently not. We've been absolutely flying so far. So into pits we come to get a new set of tyres on the car, because these ones will not make it to the end. We'll come out and carry on. So let's see where we re-emerge, and looks like we are down in 12th position. So still a bit of work to do if we want to close in to the leaders once again. I'm not sure if they're going to make pit stops or not. I guess we'll just have to wait and see, as we carry good speed now down the inside, and a nice move there. A bit of a late decision to go full send there, but nonetheless we get the move done and up into well, we're making more places now as we're up into 7th position, and we might even get up to the top 5 if we can pass these couple of cars in front of us on track. But the others making pit stops as well, so we're gaining plenty of places here once again, and starting to get ourselves back towards the front as we have a look to the inside. That's not going to work. There's no way up the inside there. Now we can go for it into a bit more of a significant corner, and we get through, move ourselves up into P6. If we can stay in behind here without going off the road like we did earlier, there'll definitely be an opportunity for us to get into the top 5 very shortly. And this time we managed to get to the inside. A little bit of a bump to get in there, but nonetheless we make our way up into the top 5 now. A bit deep, and that might cost us, so we'll maintain P5, but it's cost us a little bit of time to the cars ahead, but we are still within range to maybe try and do something, because we can be very quick through this chicane, especially on the exit. We take plenty of the curbing, and now we've got a huge run along towards the final corner. Are we going to go full send down the inside? We're not going to go that crazy, but we do have plenty of grip, as you can see. A little bit of a tap, and we'll make our way through, move ourselves up into 4th position now. And yeah, we are doing absolutely fine. We just need to make a few more spots in the last couple of laps. I think we'll be able to do it, because the leaders are all very close together. All 3 of them are right here, so it shouldn't take any time at all for us to get past these 3. So let's see what we can do as we tip it in through the right-hander. Wide there though, the curb bouncing us off the road, and that's going to cost us some time. We drop down into P5. So again, these little mistakes here at Dragon Trail, very easy to make, especially at that right-hander. But anyway, nice run through the chicane, and we just picked the narrowest gap to get through there. We move ourselves up into 4th position once more as we head into the braking zone of the final real corner. There is a slight left-hander, but it's not really anything particularly notable. But anyway, like I said, 4th position, and the top 3 right in front of us now. So let's see if we can get through at the first real corner, the big braking zone here. Double move down the inside, going aggressive, and we get the move done. We try and force them onto that inside curb, so we get a bit snappy on the exit, but nonetheless we've got the move done. And now a bit better luck through the right-hander, and we start to close in to the race leader once more. Mr. Miyazono-san still leading the way, and the guardian of the super license, I believe, if I recall correctly. I don't know, that was a long time ago. Is absolutely flying here, but we've got the run now as we almost make that same mistake and go off the road on the right. We realise that just in time that we're heading in that direction, but down the inside we go into the big right-handed U-turn again. I'm reluctant to call that a hairpin, because it's not really that sharp, but regardless, we're through and into the race lead. Off the road again though, bouncing off that inside curb. It's a really tricky corner to get right, and Mr. Miyazono-san through again. I don't know why I keep saying Mr. Miyazono-san, because san literally means Mr. or Mrs. Or any such thing. So yeah, that's a thing. But anyway, we're through and up into the race lead once again with a nice easy move there. And as we come around the final corner, we had no further issues in that race. But anyway, That's job done here at Dragon Trail. Bit of a messy race, but we managed to come away with the victory. These Red Bull cars, you can probably tell, they do not quite suit me. They're just a little bit too fast and sketchy for my liking, but they're a bit of fun for something a bit different and unique to drive, that's for sure. So yeah, that is a job done here at Dragon Trail. So yeah, that will, I think, complete the menu book. That's the third of the 3 menu book races. So yeah, we've managed to do that without too much trouble. But yeah, very long races in this one. So it did take quite a long time. That was actually the second day of recording this. But anyway, job done. And now we can go back to Luca and finish off this menu book. Actually, come to think of it, that was only the first day, but the whole 5 races took 2 days. That's what I was thinking there. But anyway, 6-star roulette ticket for our troubles there. And look at this, all the menus are completed. Nice. So we head to the roulette ticket spinning machine, and we'll see what we get from this one. Looks like it's going to be the 500,000 credits pile. Not too bad. I am currently trying to save up the money to buy all the cars in the game, so yeah, that's certainly not going to hurt. And speaking of which, here is at the time of recording the progress. You can see in the top right, 477 of 488 cars. More cars have been added to the game since then, but at the time of recording this, that is the progress we had made. So almost all of the cars. And I think all the ones left at this point were at the Brand Central dealership, none at used cars or the Haggerty's, which means we can buy them at any time. We just need the money. So yeah, I was saving money at this point though, because I knew I needed to buy this car, the Red Bull X2019 Competition, just to complete that menu book. A little bit annoying that the 25th anniversary version of the car doesn't count for that menu book for some reason. I don't know if that's meant to be like that or not, but regardless, yeah, we're going to get the X2019 car and yeah, complete that menu book. Unfortunately, this only comes in one color, if you can call it that. No real livery to speak of, unlike the 2014. But regardless, we'll head over to the cafe once more, and we'll be able to complete this final menu book. Another 6-star roulette ticket for this one, which is fantastic. So congratulations, you've got all 3 cars. This completes your Red Bull X Series collection. And once you've collected your present, I've got some stories to tell you about these cars. So there we have it, the Red Bull X Series collection completed, and a 6-star roulette ticket for our troubles. Now, let's see what we can learn about these cars. Collection, Red Bull X Series. It wasn't long after the first car was invented that people became obsessed with how fast they could go. The first petrol-powered car was revealed to the world in 1886, and less than 10 years later, in 1895, the world's first official automotive race was held in Paris, France. Since then, for over a century, man has been pushing its cars to the very limits of speed. Gran Turismo has played a part in this historic challenge with its Red Bull X series of racing cars. Developed in partnership with Red Bull Racing, best known for its involvement in F1, and Adrian Newey, the esteemed racing car designer behind several F1 masterpieces. The X Series unlocked the most thrilling speeds for the world's top drivers, as evidenced by countless victories at the Gran Turismo World Series Championships. Built to realize our collective need for speed, the X Series has rewritten the history of motorsport. Not sure about that. Rewritten the history of motorsport is a bit of a strong word, but oops, phrase. But anyway, have a look at that. All the menu books we have completed over the years since this game came out, and there's still probably a few more to come in future updates. So not over yet, but yeah, for now that is kind of crazy. But anyway, let's go spin this roulette ticket, the 6-star ticket we got from that, and we'll see what exciting things we are going to get from this one. It's going to be the 1,000,000 credits. Very nice. That's cool. You don't get that too often, so even from a 6-star ticket. So very nice, and that's definitely going to help us buy a couple more cars in our never-ending quest to own every car in the game. But we are nearing the end of said never-ending quest. The next race is Trial Mountain, one of my favorite tracks in the game, I think. So yeah, really looking forward to this one. Let's get into it. We drove the Bugatti VGT here last time in GT7, so this time, this car is much lighter, still got incredible downforce, and look at the speed we can carry through the first couple of corners there. That is insane. And yeah, just absolutely flat out, no hesitation through the opening sequence of corners. And yeah, that is just the insanity of the Red Bull type cars. The thing with these is because they are very much on the lighter side, they can be a bit more susceptible to the bumps and undulations in the road, so we do have to watch out for that. But yeah, there is still plenty of downforce to keep these things glued down. We just have to not be too greedy on the horsepower as we make the move in a straight line, and that'll be another overtake up into P7 so far. So good progress again early in this one as we round the left-hander at the end of the back straight now, as we try to find a gap here, and we'll manage to just about slither through. If we can hold on to this one on the exit, we'll just about manage to do so, and that's us up into P6 ahead of the Netherlands car there. So a borderline move, but we're able to get it done, and yeah, move ourselves up into P6. So massive progress on the first lap of this one as we tip it into the left-hander, taking a bit of that inside curb, and around the final corner onto the straight once more. And yeah, we are in a good stead as we continue on, catching up to a whole cluster of cars here. So there's plenty of overtakes to be made in the very near future as we work our way through the back section of the circuit. And now they're almost going side by side in front of us. We'll get the run though on the exit, and we'll see if we can make our way past these two Japanese cars line astern here as they continue to scrap it out. We'll make the move to the outside, and that'll be one overtake done as we do manage to get that. And now down the inside of the final corner, a little bit of an unorthodox place to go for that move. Power down on the exit, bit of wheel spin, and initially they got a better run out of the corner, but we'll have the straight line speed, and we'll be able to zoom on through there, and we'll set the fastest lap of the race while we're at it. We continue on then, just the race leading French team in front of us, and we'll go for the move down the inside, and well, we'll get it done well before the corner, move ourselves up into the race lead. As we've been going through these races, they have I guess progressively been getting a bit easier as I've been slowly getting used to the way this car drives. But yeah, there's still very much a handful of mistakes. They're still only a moment away, as we've now brought it into the pit lane for a new set of tyres. Especially when the tyres start to wear out, so this car can get very, very on edge. So we bring it in, we get a new set of tyres on the car. I actually extended that stint a lap longer past the halfway mark, so we'll have some nice grippy tyres for the rest of the race. But yeah, that last lap in the stint was a little bit of a struggle. But out of pit lane we come then, and straight away we'll try and fire it around the outside there. Didn't quite work out for us, but we will eventually get the move done. And yeah, that was a bit of a tricky maneuver, but nonetheless we've managed to keep everything pointing in the right direction, as I love to say. And yeah, we can try and gain a few more places in the coming laps and get ourselves back into the race lead. That said, others are making pit stops as well, and that moves us up into third position. Just two cars left in front of us. As we continue on, we'll catch up to them both towards the end of the back straight. We'll move ourselves up into second position. Just the Chilean team in front of us now as we wind our way through the back section of the circuit. Not able to do anything just yet, but potentially into this next braking zone, into this left-hand corner where you can occasionally spot the Loch Ness Monster in the lake off to the right, but we have no time for sightseeing now. I'm not sure if this Chilean driver is going to make a pit stop in this race, so we do need to get this move done on track just in case. I don't know what is to come, but we are sort of running out of time for that pit stop to happen. If they do make it, it'll be very late for them at this point, but we'll see, I guess. But we make the move anyway, and that was all. That was all there was to that race. We managed to pull away, and eventually that Chilean driver drops into third position by the end of the race. But we'll bring it to the line now, and that's a nice successful run here at Trial Mountain. And I have to say, mostly because of those first three corners, but driving this car at this circuit is a lot of fun. So really enjoyed that race. That was pretty cool. Just the way this car can take the high-speed corners is pretty crazy, and it just sort of works through those first few corners. You just can hold it flat, and it's just, when you nail it, it's one of those sequences that's just really cool. But anyway, we tick that one off the list. Another 200,000 credits in the bank. And now we move on to the final one at Autodromo Lago Maggiore, and we'll see how this one goes. The final race in the X2019 series thing, whatever it was called, and we're off and racing here at Autodromo Lago Maggiore. I think I've said it a long time ago now, this is a really satisfying track to drive. Especially that downhill sort of hairpin corner that we'll get to halfway around the lap. These first few corners, not really a fan of these, but everything after this point is really, really cool, and I really enjoy this circuit. But that first sequence, the first 25 seconds of the lap, not a fan. But anyway, we are now heading into the fun part of the circuit. We get into this sequence of mid to high speed corners, and all this is easy flat, or very close to it, in these Red Bull X2019 cars, as we barge our way down the inside there. Bit aggressive, but we make the move and move ourselves up into P9 so far, as now we head into this really amazing corner. It's banked, it's downhill, uphill on the X, power down, and it's just feels really nice when you get that corner right, regardless of what car you're driving. If it's something like this, or if it's a Mazda MX-5, it's a really cool corner when you nail it. But anyway, as we continue to carry on, we are coming to the end of the lap now, through another sequence of just flowing corners, and now into the final corner. This one is very deceptive. It really opens up on the exit. You can carry a lot more speed into that corner than what it feels like on the entry. But anyway, as we continue to carry on, we need to start making some more overtakes through the field as we go down the inside, and we'll get the job done there. Move ourselves up into 8th position. And on the X, is there any opportunity for us to move up even further? This is a tricky part of the circuit to be trying to make overtakes, and we've found all the wrong lines through there. That ain't satisfying. That's just a barrier, as we have lost a bit of time. So we'll have to close the margin up again as we're heading through this long sequence of right-hand corners. We are starting to close in that margin, and we'll be able to make the move maybe into the final corner. Not quite close enough, but we might be able to set up a run onto the straights with a bit of slipstream. They are way out to the right there, so That's probably where the ideal line is as we make the move down the inside into turn 1, and we'll just about get it done. Move ourselves up into P7 in the race so far as we get a bit sideways, and that's going to cost us a position or two maybe as we drop back down into P9. So all that effort, and we're back to where we were before. Look down the inside though, and we just about got the nose in, but no overtake to be made there as we duck into the slipstream. Now another look to the inside, and we'll make that move, and that's us up into P8 once more. P7 probably isn't too far away, we can still see them just up the road, so we'll stay on board until we catch up to them as we take a lot of that inside curve there. You can get away with it here to Dro L'Oma, and yeah, we'll see if we can close this margin. Look at the speed we're carrying through there. We've got a huge run onto the back straight, now down the inside into the best corner, and we'll cut away right before we get to it. But anyway, we're back up into P7, and on the exit we might be able to get P6 here. We got a nice run, and job done up into P6, P5 right in front of us as we are trying and to make progress in this race. That's becoming a little bit more difficult than the previous ones because there are a lot of easy flat corners or corners where it's actually sort of easy to lose a bit of time as well. So yeah, this one is proving a little bit more difficult, but we're still chipping away and getting through the field as we make the move down the inside, and yeah, we'll have to be a little bit robust with taking the apex there, but we're up into 4th position now, and we do have the pace. We just need to make sure we don't make any mistakes as we go for the big lunge down the inside of the America car there, and they tried to get the switch back but couldn't get the power down on the inside line, so we were able to get through. So we continue on. We actually passed the halfway point, still yet to stop in this one, but we will need to soon. Those rear tyres are not looking too good, so yeah, we'll definitely need to be coming in at the end of this lap, and we will do just that. Into pit lane we come, and a new set of soft compound tyres going on, so these will be nice and grippy to the end of the race now, but as you can see, our current tyres fully used up. We're not going to get anything else out of those as we get into the box, and the new set of tyres go on. No fuel, and we'll get going once again as we very close right there behind the Japan car, but we're able to hopefully chase them down, and we'll see if we can make the move down the inside. And that was a relatively easy pass there up into P4, and the rest of the overtakes should come relatively easily as we go for the move down the inside up into 3rd position. With the tyre grip advantage we have now, we are absolutely flying, and yeah, we're looking good in this race so far. Just 2 cars left in front of us, the French car and the Spanish car, so yeah, we'll see if we can get past them in short order, and as we come towards the start to finish line once again to begin the 12th lap of the race. 3 laps to go now. We're up into 2nd position, and still chasing down the Spanish entry, so yeah, we've got good pace at the moment. The fastest lap of the race has come in this stint for us, and yeah, we're really starting to feel in a good rhythm with the circuit, and eventually we do catch up to the Spain car as we are nearing the end of the penultimate lap of the race. We make the move down the inside as we are still fighting this one out, but we get through, and they are heading into the pit lane. So yeah, that's very unusual. We got the move done regardless of what they were going to do there, but yeah, they've decided to make a pit stop just before the final lap of the race. Very strange there. We'll have a look on the replay, and yeah, you can see heading through that sort of banked corner there. That really shows how banked that corner is, actually, that camera angle, and we're closing and closing, but yeah, I don't know what the reason for them pitting is, but anyway, as we finally get to it, here is the overtake itself, as we've just got a nice run towards the final corner. We made the move down the inside, and that was all clean. A slight touch, but nothing untoward. And yeah, they just went to dive straight into the pit lane. So I don't know if they've somehow used more fuel. You wouldn't stop the tyres on the second last lap of the race, so we will have a look to see what happens here as they come into the box. Tyres go first as always, and then they get going straight away. No fuel, so yeah, I can't imagine that would have been the issue. And yeah, no fuel goes on. So yeah, I don't know. As the America car there behind gets a little bit of dust on the wheels, just a bit distracted by the re-entry of the Spanish car. So yeah, don't know. Very strange. I don't even know why I started referring to all the other cars by the countries. I guess it's just because of the liveries. But anyway, we come to the line now, and yeah, that is a job done here at Autodromo Lago Maggiore. And yeah, quite a fun race here. Quite enjoyed this set of races, albeit, you know, these cars are a bit tricky to drive, and, you know, I kind of said it's not really my thing, but, you know, still, there was plenty of enjoyment to be had in these races. And you know, driving all different cars is what Gran Turismo is all about, from you know, the mundane to the ridiculous. So yeah, good to do these different things, I suppose. But yeah, get me I don't know, Daihatsu midget or something. That'll make me happy. We're missing the Daihatsu midget in Gran Turismo 7 currently. It's been in the previous few games, but anyway, not so far. But anyway, that is going to do it for this one. So there is still one more video to come from update 1.40, and that will be for the GT Cup Group 3 races that were added, so that'll be next. And even after that, there is still the Master License tests that were added in this update. However, I don't really have any desire to do those. I've struggled enough with license tests in this game, so we're going to leave that one to the wayside, at least for the time being. Maybe I'll come back to it one day, but it's doubtful, I'll say that. But yeah, other than that then, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I really do appreciate it. Please feel free to give me some feedback in the comments. It's always very helpful. And other than that, I will see you in the next one, and goodbye.